and Ryan speed up their plan to conquer the universe? What will arouse the persecuted to fight for their freedom? Don't miss Menace of Detroit, the next thrilling chapter of the legendary Lee Canady at this theater next week. Now, I'm trying to find an introduction. This is the very first legendary Lee Canady sit-down interview of 2024 Anno Domini in the year of our Lord. My name is Ryan Ellis. I cannot be happier, more pleased to be joined with the legendary Lee Canady. How you doing, sir?
Hey, Ryan. How you doing, man?
Blessed and highly favored to be in your presence, and we're going to film a quick segment here and then move on to somewhere possibly warmer, more comfortable. But just to begin off our first talk of 2024, I'm just going to read some notes I have written here just from your life. A radio station, this is so out of the blue here, so I guess it'll fit what we're going for here. Radio station WGPR is now owned by Willie Tyler, who was a black ventriloquist with a dummy on his knee, and he had a few brothers.
Right.
So who is Willie Tyler? What's the story of him, and how did you know him?
I can't say I really know him. I know of him because I was around. He was a ventriloquist, what you call it?
Yeah.
At Motown, and he was funny.
Right.
And his brother was disc jockey at two brothers, I believe. I knew them. We always interact when we have something. The record company always have. We always meet up that kind of way.
Right.
But saying no one, we know. Hello, that kind of thing, a business term. Yeah.
Now, when you knew him, was he doing his ventriloquist act, or what had he?
Yeah, I knew him when he did his first thing.
Yeah.
He would be at the 200 grand. Everybody who was anybody tried to get to the 200 grand. When you get to 200 grand in Detroit, it's like getting to the Apollo in New York.
In Harlem. Yeah.
In Harlem, right.
Wow.
And Chicago, you get to Mr. Kellis.
Oh, it's the same thing.
It's the same thing. Everybody got a spot.
Oh, that's a great line. So the 20 grand was to Detroit, what the Apollo was to New York, what Mr. Kelly's was to Chicago.
Right.
Wow, and you were integral with 20 grand. You were a disc jockey there. You had a record shop there.
Right next door. In the parking lot. At the parking lot.
Every time Ike and Tina Turner and the Ikeettes came and played in Detroit, they'd play at the 20 grand, and every time they played at the 20 grand, you played with them on stage as a disc jockey. Every time.
Not every time, but this time I was down there, I just had a gig. I always try to hustle to make money or something, and
right.
And Bill Williams at WCHB, he would have Monday night. I think Monday nights. I think they had something on Friday night and had something on Wednesday night.
Okay.
Those were the nights that people in Detroit, they made it happen. And Wednesday night you go out and do the Madison, learn to do a new dance and practice and rehearse and that kind of thing.
Right.
And then the musicians in the city, they always have a place they jam in someplace, always jamming a party.
Right.
And I just happened to be in and out.
Wow.
Yeah. But and Willie Tyler, the disc jockeys, they had a place up on Highland Park too.
Okay.
A nightclub or something. I never went there, but it was something like a Soul Train.
Wow.
People would go there and perform. Local group. They probably perform for free to get known out there.
Yeah, just to get their name out there.
Right, and there's a lot of things went on in Detroit like that.
Now, was this before the show even existed, Soul Train, that this was happening in Detroit?
Well, I don't remember exactly when it happened, but see, I was before Soul Train. I know Don Cornelius before he went into Soul Train.
Wow.
Don Cornelius came to the store about three or four times. He was with the record company.
Yeah.
And at that time, Blake was just beginning to get out and do executive work, suit and tie and stuff like that.
Right.
And I think that the music industry and selling clothing, shoes, was about the only thing that, well, not the only thing, many things that black people who didn't have an education maybe get out on the scene, be a salesman. He's not picking cotton, not cleaning up the toilets and
Right.
working in a factory. You follow me?
Right.
So there was a group of people in that area where just about, that person, he worked in Northland. That's when you say the people like that.
Right.
The same guy that the store advertised on Northland where you get 3 suits for one.
Right.
I knew the guy who owned the place. For all black, not all black, a lot of black going by shopping or places like that.
Right.
Out in Northland, I think they had a fire and they rebuilt out there. But in downtown, it was Tars and Broadway clothing.
Yeah, Broadway and shoes.
Yeah.
Now we talked about WGPR. WGPR.
Right.
I'm glad I asked. Was owned by Willie Tyler. Your history fits in with Ed Love's history. Ed Love was on the radio, right?
Right.
Now, how does your history fit in with Ed Love's history? How do you guys?
Well, first we was friends. I think Ed Love was working at studio. I think at Wayne State, and I don't know how we happened to meet, but anyway, we used to, like I said, a group of people. Ed Love, a guy named Frazier.
Okay.
He was dating Barry Harris' sister, and her name was Mamie Harris.
Okay.
Barry Harris, the piano player.
Right.
And jazz, and we would go to each other's house.
Right.
Like, they come to my house and they come over and have drinks or whatever we having and listen to music and identify who's playing drum, that kind of thing.
Right.
That's how I met Ed Love.
Man.
And we got to be friends that way, but he was a disc jockey, but he wasn't that much out on the scene with us when the record company have something because he's working out of Wayne State.
Right.
But when WCHB went FM,
right,
then he came into play, I believe is what it was.
Okay.
And Ed was working at the post office, I think. Yeah.
Okay. Man.
And we I've known Ed for all the time. We're that kind of person.
Wow.
But as we grow older, we didn't go and visit, party. We was always meet business associates.
Right. That's amazing. Just jumping around here, you saw Jose Feliciano and Marvin Gaye live.
Yeah, Jose came in, at one time he was in town a lot, and when he did that thing about the Charles Springer Band or something at the Tiger Stadium.
Okay.
And that pushed him up. I didn't just get to know him. I don't know. I never shook hands with him.
Right.
I probably been in his place. That's what I'm saying.
Right.
Everybody mingle, but you have to know him that kind of way. And Marvin Gaye, yes, he's always around. He's like
he was your neighbor. You'd be mowing the lawn, wave hi.
Right. We saw each other out. We see each other at home, wave, and he passed by, and I'm cutting the grass and whatever. He had a convertible Eldorado, and I had an Eldorado.
Wow.
And I'm just still saying that people, if you're driving a car like that and someone driving another car like that, they notice. It's just a funny thing about people. When you're driving a big car,
and I had
everybody, when the car go down the street, everybody wants, do I know him and see who's driving that car? That kind of thing. But we were the buddies. I mean, everybody, Smokey around the corner from me too. Right. Smokey, the Four Tops.
Smokey Robinson, the Four Tops. Wow.
Yeah, he lived on the corner of Pendleton and 7 Mile, and I live on San Juan in 7 Mile.
Okay.
And my backyard was like near, we sit and wave.
Wow.
But I don't eat up nobody.
Right.
I hello to anybody. You don't have to be an entertainer. You dig?
Yeah.
So that kind of thing.
Yeah, I'm gonna move this. I was gonna make it lower, just so I don't want to block your
And
face.
every time that Marvin Gaye is at the 20 grand, every time Barry Gordy, his act is at the 20 grand. Well, I'm usually there. It doesn't matter who's there. I'm there every night because my store was there.
Right.
I'm in and out. I put it that way.
Right. What were you doing before you got interested in music?
I was driving cab. No. I was working a joke hour department store.
Right.
At Empire. And I was
1958.
Yeah, 58. Job I got when I got here. And then I came downtown, government employee store, and I never sold anything. It's clothing, nothing like that. But we had a store, government employment store. But it was owned by my boss, but he had different people in there. Had the department.
Right.
Like the Keywell had a department. She sold greeting cards and whatnot. I put it that way.
Right.
And then it was like you could only buy there if you was a city employee, a county, a state, or something like that. Teachers or whatever.
Right.
Could buy there and you get a discount, and that's what it was about. And I started down there.
Right.
And when nobody was there at the department, I ended up selling clothing, thing like I was over all the stores. Right. In the department, because when I open up, they come in and clean up, and I just watch so they don't take anything and that kind of thing. I was overseeing,
All right, I'm just gonna reset this camera right now. Bells have become a theme.
Yeah.
When we sit outside.
It feels better here now.
Yeah. Warming up a little bit.
Yeah, I love those bells, man. I used to come down in this area all the time. I mean, Keywell, not me and Keywell, it's a group,
Right.
And I started hanging out down here. When they start turning,
we're right by a Catholic church.
Yeah.
We can see it from where we're sitting, in fact.
It's amazing how they can make it so pointed at the top. What's the purpose of that? I never could understand. There's one over here on. They just got a new money for it. The building down there of
to restore it. Okay.
And the church, if something went wrong, and they put a lot of money to put that back up there.
Well, I think the reason churches have steeples originally is so that you look up. It's pointing up to God, to set your eyes on the Lord.
Yeah. Well, we had one in our church in Arkansas, in the country. There was a thing at the top of it, was like a box, big. And when someone died in the community, a deacon would go to the church and ring the bell so many times, and everybody in the community know somebody passed.
Wow, that's sad.
Yeah, so that used to be sad.
Did that ever happen with someone you knew in your family?
I remember one time. But getting back to what we was talking about a minute ago.
Yes, sir. What you were doing before you got interested in music.
You see, I had no education now. I did my soul searching, a lot of things I was taught from the beginning.
Right.
ABCs and 1, 2, 3, and I try to follow the thing. Don't tell a lie about George Washington. Somebody cut down a cherry tree and that kind of thing.
Right.
And I believe in those things.
Right.
And then as I got older, I find out a lot of things were just, they wasn't true.
Fables. Yeah.
Like ghosts and hanks and spirits and gospel and all that kind of shit.
Right.
And I put everything, the common denominator, bring everything down to its common denominator.
Right.
And that's all you have to do. And you find out what you want to do and work towards that goal. Right. If you're going west, where you going east? When I started at the drugstore, delivering medicine, I had a new car. Just learned. I was about 15 years old. I'm driving, delivering medicine.
Right.
He told me that before you go any place, know where you're going.
Amen.
East, west, north, and south.
Right.
So what if this says east? The streets are numbered that way.
Right.
East, west, north, and out of drive go round in circles.
Right.
And drive already end up where they begin, at the waterfront in Detroit.
Exactly.
It end up at the riverfront. Am I right or wrong?
You're right.
avenue go east, west, north, south, something like that.
Right, right.
And so this is what it is. And I started doing everything like that, what I want to do, and you work towards that.
Right.
And when I found out how you make money, multiplying,
right,
driving cab.
Right.
The more harder you work, the more you get, the more you have.
Right.
As simple as that. The faster you run, you're gonna be a winner.
Right.
And so you got to be number one of everything. So you can't
Right.
be number one of everything. Be the best that you can.
Right.
And you get as close as you can.
Right.
And most people never meet the journey, the end of the journey, because
Exactly.
they always want to do something. You
Right.
see? But and just like it doesn't matter how much money you got, you be a billionaire.
Right.
You still like the same thing you liked before you had any money.
Exactly.
Like peanut butter and jelly.
The simple pleasures in life, they're called after
Right.
all. Yeah.
The simple thing. I remember Nat King Cole said, he wrote a book, something said, when he got home at night from a gig, he always, Natalie, his daughter.
Yeah, Natalie Cole.
They would have a sardine sandwich. I never heard of a sardine sandwich
Right.
before. But it's simple. He can make a sandwich out of anything. What is
Yeah.
a sandwich?
Right.
Some shit put together.
Right. Now, speaking of parents, your father used to say, you've got to see off the end of your nose, or if you play with trash, it will get in your eyes, or if you play with a dog, he will lick your mouth.
You can't see no further than the end of your nose.
Oh, I'm sorry. You can see no further than the end of your nose.
Think about that. You don't see nothing out there.
Right. Yeah. You're myopic. You're short-sighted. You only see what you're thinking about. You're not putting yourself in the other
You got to
person's
see the whole
position.
picture.
The golden rule.
You
Put
have
yourself.
to see the whole picture. I know
Right.
the whole picture before you make a decision on something. People make a decision on things, like in politics. Why do you do that? Well, there's a reason why. Everything constitutes to something else.
You need to count the cost before you build the tower. You need to figure out, survey the land, and see, can I do this or not, before you set about to do a thing.
Yeah, and like I said, do unto others, you have to do unto you.
The golden
like,
rule.
Golden rule. Like, every time you do something to somebody, you're going to get done back to you.
Right.
You think twice. If you
Right.
hit me in the nose, I'm going to hit you freaking.
Right. Yeah.
And when we was kids, my brother said, I didn't hit you that hard, but it don't matter.
Right. Or when you were kids, you used to say, you don't eat everything that's red. It might be poison.
Right. That's what I do. You came up here, it tells you on labor how to, if you can read, but people don't even read that. They just
Right.
read anything. It look good. I don't do that.
Now I was over your museum-like apartment just a couple days ago, this past weekend, and you were showing me around just changes you've made since the last time I'd been there. And you showed me this amazing, you have this Parliament Funkadelic flag. Let your freak flag fly. No, this Parliament Funkadelic flag. I love it. Now, recently, speaking of Parliament Funkadelic, just a couple months ago, George Clinton of Parliament Funkadelic, George Clinton was snubbed once again in 2024 for being inducted into the Songwriter Hall of Fame. He wasn't, but other people were. Do you think George Clinton was an all-time great? Is he that good that you remember him and his band?
No doubt about it.
No doubt.
Right.
He's the godfather of funk, they call him, or funk started with him.
He had his own thing.
Yeah.
He was George Clinton. There's nobody like him. He can't be. I mean, when I saw the thing, the mothership, at 20 grand, it landed at Cobo Hall.
It landed at Cobo Hall.
Did you know nobody had done that before? He did that.
Really?
And it was so man, it was so real, man, and I was backstage. I don't remember what happened. But yeah, and George, and then the guy had the diaper, and he just
right.
Well, see, when they started out, one of the girls, my employee, was friend with the Funkadelic in the Parliament. And see, a lot of things, it just happened. Someone worked with me. They was in tune with. I was a jazz man, you know.
Yeah. Yet you're still connected. You couldn't help it
right,
to be connected to everyone in the scene.
And then George, when man, I went to. see him at he had a song at the Cobo Hall, man, and I went down there, man. He was something else, man. I mean, he had a concert at Cobo. I went to see him a couple more than one time, lots of times, you know.
Right.
But George Clinton, hey, and he would come by the store and he'd sit in the car. He didn't come. I don't remember him coming in one time.
All right.
Once he was standing out in front of the store, he had a watermelon in his mouth, and he was spitting the seeds out.
and he was looking at the glass.
Yeah, through chili.
There's a Coney right next to your store.
They had the hamburger Coney.
They had the raw burger or the cooked burger right against the glass.
Glass.
Not very sanitary, and he's just staring at it like, what in the world?
Yeah. George is something
eating his watermelon, spitting out the seeds, staring at the cooked meat, leaning against the glass. All that grease probably.
Herman Wim, they was all friends, and Herman, who did my sign,
right.
my logo, he did my logo for me. Herman.
Yeah.
And Joe works at my building here.
Yeah.
He's a member with Amp. The guy who played with the Kim.
Okay.
And I think I showed you something
like
that.
Lee lost a lot of money betting against Mike Tyson and won a lot of money betting for Muhammad Ali. What's the story of that?
Well, every time Muhammad Ali won, I won money. Every time he lost, I lost money. I always betted for Ali since I lost my first bet on him when he fought Archer Moore. Okay. I betted my friend. I had a friend, she lived in Grosse Pointe at the time, and she betted on Archer Moore.
Okay.
I betted on. Wait a minute. Yeah. Ali beat Archer Moore. Okay.
And you bet for Ali.
I've been betting Ali ever since then.
Yeah. And now here, before you talk to Mike Tyson, let me just set my camera.
I lost that fight that time because I bet against Archer Moore. And Ali beat Archer Moore.
Oh, this is nice. I'm using that little battery, and I'm not having to change batteries. Oh, it's so nicely. I'm sorry. Oh, it's so nice. Look at that. Oh, I can do so much with this setup. Oh man, I love it. So with Mike Tyson, you bet against Mike Tyson and you lost money.
Right.
Yeah.
No, wait a minute. Ali beat. I betted on Mike Tyson, right? And Ali won. I lost to the girl that Mike that time, and ever since then I've been betting on Ali. I've always bet on him and nobody. You could always get a bet because everybody thought he was running. They always, they wouldn't see reality.
Right.
You know.
Charles Moore is dead now, but he used to ride a horse downtown, and he'd buy a quarter pound of weed.
Charles Moore?
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
Oh, okay.
He was a friend of Sherry's.
Yeah.
He used to come in the store, Charles. A lot of the Motor City Five, but they come friends of John Sinclair.
Yeah.
And some would come in the store and some, they wasn't, we wouldn't say, well, his friend, hello, that kind of thing. But
right.
I mingle with them. Mm-hmm. And they're all dead now.
Victor Gaston was a bass player for Cannonball Adderley.
Right.
Did you meet Victor Gaston?
Gaston. Yeah.
Gaston?
Yeah, he was like a part of the family with us because he was always with Les McCann for a long time. But I didn't know he played with Cannonball Adderley.
He was part of the Detroit Rat Pack.
Yeah, I didn't know he played with Cannonball Adderley until I saw one of their old tunes about him. I said, because man, you couldn't keep up with everything.
Right.
These guys
so much
back
going
in the day,
it
wasn't many people who had a contract to sign to do a thing on his name. I don't think Victor have an album on his name.
As like a front man.
Yeah. As the leader of Adam. A lot of cats did it, but they didn't you know, to have your own band was something big. You had to be really good to do that continuously.
Is America to pay? Is America to pay so quickly for its treachery? What strange creatures are invading the West? Don't fail to see America's looming peril, the next exciting chapter of the legendary Lee Canady at this theater next week. I don't know. Okay. All right, let me see. Aretha Noble is a Fox News personality. She's the daughter of Claudette Robinson, Smokey Robinson's ex-wife. Right?
What's her name?
Aretha Noble?
No,
or Aretha Noble or something? Or
No.
I was trying to look her up.
They got the brothers.
The Neville brothers.
The Neville brothers. She's a Neville. The girl Neville.
Oh,
Neville.
Okay, there you go.
And so I was trying to figure it out.
Aretha Neville.
Well,
or
her
something
first
like
name,
that.
She on. I was looking at her yesterday, and she said, Mother's Day, she said Claudette Robinson was her mother.
Okay.
And she wished her Mother's Day.
Wow.
And I said, I didn't know this when I talked to you. I didn't know that that was her mother. I met Claudette, but I don't say I know her.
Right.
Now the Neville brothers, I know them too. I met them too because the singer, the guy with the big mustache, what's his name? He always sang in a shirt with his muscles showing up here. He had a high voice. I forget his name.
I don't know.
But anyway, they from New Orleans, I think. But I didn't know that was her mother, and I was trying to figure it out. Well, she must have married one of them, because her name was Nevers.
Right.
She come on the Fox News at lunchtime, 12, I think.
So I'm out of notes, so we're gonna wing it from here out. Just for the last little bit, this will be a short first foray into the legendary Lee Canady that we've had for the year, but hopefully we'll do this a lot more often and maybe get some more people out here with us.
We're getting better and get your camera working good. You see how
I love it.
That kind of thing, you know.
Yes,
but
sir.
We can do, you know.
Now, let me think before we wrap up, and I ask you for your wisdom. Let me just think of a couple names, maybe people we could talk about. We talked about Cannonball Adderley, Les McCann. We haven't mentioned Lou Rawls. Lou Rawls, you were best of friends with him. In fact, he came to you. He found you to begin with, him and Les McCann.
Be honest, no one knew who Lou Rawls was. Lou Rawls didn't have anything out. Only he had something out, but he was with the Pilgrim Travelers.
Right.
Gospel group, and he did something with Sam Cooke.
Right.
Like Bobby Womack was with Sam Cooke. They all was in there together. Now, when he did Stormy Monday with Les McCann,
Stormy Monday Blues.
Right. They said, and I was trying to figure it out. That morning, when I got to the store, Lou and Les were walking down the street.
Right.
I didn't recognize them at first.
February 1962.
Yeah, because Lou didn't have on a heavy coat, and it was real cold.
Right. Yeah.
And I was looking, didn't know who he was. So I had to open the store. So we opened the store, and Les we walk in. He said, "This is Lou Rawls. I want you to meet him. I told you him.
Right.
If anybody can break this record, these people can." He said, "We just recorded this album.
Wow.
Last night in Chicago. We took a red eye. We haven't been to sleep. We took a red eye and came over here and wanted to get this album to you." Now that's what they was telling me.
Yeah.
But I've been trying to figure out how could they do that, because the album they gave me was already tracked.
Yeah.
Because they signed it.
Wow, man.
And I sold it to, I had all this album. I wanted to move from where I didn't want to be carrying this stuff around. So
you're right.
I got rid of them up at the store around the corner here.
Right. Just down the street.
Yeah. West Montgomery. I had everything I had. Because I don't have an album. I gave you my turntable. No, real.
Happens,
I don't have the turn. I gave my daughter my turntable. I don't have no pay.
Man, you're kind, yeah.
So what I want to have those records for? I just name.
Now, since the last time we talked, Les McCann passed away.
Yeah, Les McCann passed.
December of 2023, I believe.
But Les was in the store all the time. because these kids from here went to California on vacation. They was lawyers' kids and things like Damon Keith and not Damon Keith. He had two brothers. Anyway, they was on the Congress. They went to California on vacation.
Right.
And when they came in the store, we had just opened.
Yeah.
Miss Key was trying to keep people in the store, so people look in, come in, because must be busy. That's
Right.
what she said.
Yeah.
So she's talking to these kids, and they was telling them who their parents were and this kind of thing. They had been to California. Miss Key was said, "We got all these records. We got everybody."
Yeah.
They said, "I bet you don't have one. We just came to California. This one you don't have, called The Shout by Les McCann." She said, "Who was by Les McCann?" Went around and looked for it. She said, "We got Les McCann. We had The Shout. It was on an album."
Yeah.
But it was West Coast music. West Coast wasn't played back here on the East Coast.
Yeah. Man.
It's played out there.
Right.
It was a real gospel tune. It was a real short tune.
Yeah.
So we played for the kids. Every day when they get out of cash, they come by and we play this tune to keep them in the store.
Man.
And so, because we bought the rec, so therefore we had everything. That's what Key was trying to explain to you.
Yes,
so, Les McCann started selling records on the East Coast, back here. And the wholesaler was Cadet on Woodward Avenue, Woodward and Mac. And a guy named Leo Cheslack, white guy, who dressed real sharp like black. He had, real cool.
Yeah.
He and I was friends.
But you were selling him before the rest of the East Coast was selling him.
Yeah, but we made Les McCann big, and so
yeah, that's amazing.
They brought him in here to promote the album.
And so there's the record supplier there on the East Coast. They start selling them on the East Coast.
Well, when it played on the radio, it played sell everywhere, and that's like going to Billboard. You know.
And you were mentioning they started selling it. There was a supplier on the East Coast. You mentioned they started selling it.
Well, everybody started selling it. The wholesaler and the stores too.
And
if anything played on the radio, if you get it played on the radio, chances are somebody gonna like it. Some people not gonna like it. The people who like it will go out and try to buy it.
And I also want to mention that before Les McCann passed away, when we were talking about Lee and Les and Lou, I was able to get a hold of Abraham something, his manager, and he got a hold of us or reached out and said Les was in poor health, but he sends his love, or positive thoughts basically sent our way from Les's manager. But that was very beautiful. It's sort of like the Rat Pack. You're one of the last of the Detroit Rat Pack, Lee.
This street called Lumpkin's around here someplace.
Oh yeah, Les McCann.
Lumpkin.
His sister.
He wanted me to take him to his sister's house, and I don't know where Lumpkin is. So I came down. I looked to find out Lumpkin was down here, and I came down here.
Yeah.
And we went from Lumpkin down here back and forth all the way to 7 miles.
Man, did you ever find her?
Yeah, we went to the house.
Okay.
And he said he was going to do a song on Lumpkin.
On Lumpkin. Oh, someone write a song on Les McCann, Lee Canady, and Lumpkin.
I don't know if he might have did. It didn't come out.
Yeah.
And, like Paul would send me.
Oh, that'd be great if we found it. Oh, man.
Well, like Paul sent me cassette. I was playing some
Paul
stuff.
Humphrey. Yeah, the drummer.
Stuff. He did a thing about
another one of the Detroit Rat Pack, Paul Humphrey.
Etta James with what's the saxophone? And I have a cassette. It's a double cassette tape. I have it out that. Damn, I can't think of the saxophone player. But anyway, Etta James.
Yeah.
He did a thing where just before he died. Yeah.
And then since we're on the Detroit Rat Pack, it just slipped out of my mind. Another member of it that we were leaving out. Etta James, Lou Rawls, Lee and Les and Lou.
Les, Lou.
Paul Humphrey.
Les McCann.
Yeah, once we get back inside eventually, there's some videos I want to show you.
Okay.
You were talking about how Donald Trump is doing the snake just like Nina Simone did the snake.
Right, the snake. Well, and we was talking about that, and then Donald Trump came up with it.
Right.
We was talking about it before he came up with it. I was talking about it.
Yeah.
And that's the way people are. You know there's a snake before we take them in.
Next time we sit down, I'm going to print the words to it, and I'll have you read it on microphone. Read the snake, just like Trump and, Nina Simone.
But Nina, she, when she got into politics, man, they cut her. And she, I didn't know, she died pretty bad.
Harsh circumstances.
Yeah. She had got poor. She was in another country, thing like that.
Yeah, well, she's bipolar. She's a bit of a handful.
Yeah, but she could do something. I think she taught us. I don't know what she taught us.
Oh, yeah, a lot of them were self-taught. Her, Isaac Hayes.
Yeah.
Amazing.
Isaac Hayes was too?
Oh, yeah. He never had a lesson. And
I couldn't stand Isaac Hayes.
Yeah, his rapping.
I couldn't stand his voice. And when he did it, by the time I get to Phoenix, on Rudisell, this way, Rudisell, off of Gratiot and Mac.
Okay.
When I left out of the house, going home, I was on 7 Mile in San Juan. I went down Van Dyke to 7 Mile, tried to drive.
Yeah.
To 7 Mile.
Yeah.
I took 7 Mile east all the way to 7 Mile west.
Right.
Isaac Hayes started talking about by the time I get to Phoenix.
Playing on your radio, yeah.
And he kept talking. And when I got in the driveway, he started singing. And when I got and I was talking about him so bad to my wife at time,
Yeah, like, who's this guy?
Yeah. Well, next day, man, everybody came in
at the record store.
Yeah.
And everyone wanted his album. He was selling like anything.
They wanted that album. They heard they played. Because at the time, that's all. People didn't have radio. A lot of people didn't have a lot of music played on the radio. They love played at night. Somebody play all night. I don't know. But anyway, you listen to music. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Yeah. but Isaac Hayes, man, he just wrote some tunes. But he was in the background. But his singing, I couldn't stand his singing, man.
Yeah.
And the guys, the promotion at Stack, they was friends of mine. T.C. Mosley, he was one of them. They're on the picture with me and Freddie Herbert.
Yeah.
What's that, Bell?
Art Bell?
No, not Bell. Gamble and Huff. They was all down there. I think they was involved in that too, I forget what exactly,
Lamont Bell or no, I forget.
Yeah.
But so just a couple more things before we wrap up. It's a beautiful day, so you'll be able to get out and see everything. I was just thinking of other greats. Oh, you know who just passed away? John Sinclair.
Yeah, John Sinclair was last time just building around the corner here, right on the corner. I was walking through there, and Hollywood lived downstairs. He said, John's up there, he wanted to see you, because he told him I lived in there, and I walked upstairs, and the last time I saw John.
And how long ago was that?
Maybe about 3 years, I don't know.
Was that at Shops on Top, or was that at that flower place?
Right on the top, right on the corner.
The Shops on Top, yeah.
Yeah. You go around that, there's a light, right?
Where
the light is.
Where Mr. Detroit was. Or not at that building?
No, it's a building right around the corner, Brian. Across the street. See the street right here?
Yes, sir.
That street right here? Look here. That street there?
Yes, sir.
Where it runs, it's a light, right?
Right at that light.
Right on the corner.
Okay, right. Yeah. Now you
used upstairs, right on the corner.
Sir. And you used to smoke with him every week, right by here, at where that flower shop now, or that cafe.
Where they got the flower shop in there. Well, that used to be like here, outdoors, but it was surrounded in there, and they would be playing music out there. But now it's all closed in. And got seats out there now.
And just about every week or many weeks.
Every Sunday weekend there would be a lot of white guys or people over there, and at that time this was black.
Yeah.
But it started coming back. Now, who live down here
Gentrifying.
now? White people living down here, right?
Now every Sunday,
But when I moved down here, this all closed in.
every Sunday, a bunch of white guys, John Sinclair included, would come down over here and smoke pot. Sometimes he'd join them.
Or they were, yeah. They would be, we always partied. I'm going to say smoking pot, you know.
Well, doing whatever you're doing.
Yeah, they already partied.
Right.
Yeah. And they were selling, he was trying to get a license to make it legal to sell it. He never got it. They wouldn't sell to me because they wasn't legit, you know. I could smoke, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
You can smoke, but you can't sell.
Yeah. Here, 1 second, let me hit this camera.
Now, you understand what I'm saying? But you see, as far as pot, it's controlled by the federal government. The federal government is legal in the states. You follow me?
Yes, sir.
But the federal government, they could close you down.
Right.
Well, that's all I'm saying. I didn't want to be over there. How did I know the federal government gonna come and arrest everybody? You understand what I'm saying?
You're right.
But the city won't do. I wouldn't worry about the city.
Right. Yeah. A wise man told me time and again. He said, "Don't mess with the feds," and he used a different word than mess.
well, the federal government controls the whole United States.
Right.
The local government only control his state.
Right.
You understand what I'm saying?
Yes, sir.
That's all. And federal is all over the United States.
Yes, sir.
The states is not that way.
Now, one great of Motown, and people say she was a pop artist, not a Motown artist, but I consider her Motown. Seems to be her legend seems to be growing. Is Aretha Franklin? I feel like people are appreciating her more and more as the years go by.
Oh yeah. See, Aretha had that gospel soul thing. See, I never was Aretha fan. I like Aretha.
Yeah.
There's something I like about her, you know.
Yeah.
Like respect, but I don't buy her.
Right.
That's when I said like.
Right.
I don't own one album by her. I never have.
Right.
And the double album, everybody bought the double one. I never owned it. Even Stevie Wonder. I never owned nothing by Stevie Wonder.
Interesting. Yeah.
I got a Marvin Gaye like his great. My ex-wife, one of my ex-wives, like Marvin Gaye.
Yeah.
And she likes Stevie Wonder too.
Now you like the Jackson 5 though.
Yeah, I like Michael.
Michael, you know, if you could just Michael, yeah, he was the talent, yeah.
Right.
But it's funny because you saw something more special in Michael Jackson as a young, even when he started out as a youth.
When he started.
Than you saw in Marvin Gaye or Stevie Wonder or Aretha Franklin. You think Michael Jackson was better than them all?
No, I don't compare him.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
I don't compare.
Fair point. Like is a preference, as you say.
It's called what it is. Something I want Michael Jackson, something like is a preference.
Yeah.
I don't do no artists that way.
Right.
You know? But when I say I don't collect them, that's what I mean when I say I like Aretha. Call what part I'm at.
Right.
I want to hear Aretha, but I don't want to hear her listen to them right now. Just her all the time. You know what? I ain't that kind of person.
Right.
I like Callan Crawford. I'm her sister. She did Ain't No Way. She wrote that tune, I think.
Okay.
I like that tune. I like her sister. I always liked her before Aretha.
Oh, and let's not forget, I want to talk about a current artist, somewhat current. He's not making a lot of hit songs like he was maybe a decade ago. Mm-hmm. Snoop Dogg.
Oh, yeah.
You have a lot of respect for Snoop Dogg.
Yeah, I've always liked him.
He's a crossover genius, I would say, not just success.
Right.
He really knows how to play to all audiences.
Right. He know how to come across. He know how to do. He got his cool thing. Another guy, this comedian. Who got the car. Got the.
The car?
The car.
Oh, Jerry Seinfeld.
No, the black guy. He bought the team.
Oh, I don't.
Wait a minute. You're gonna know when I tell you this minute. He says the car where you get more cash back.
Okay.
He make all commercials. He make more commercials than I think any other black person.
Kevin Hart.
Right.
You like Kevin Hart.
Right.
Yeah.
For his business. You notice he dressed. He ain't trying to gorgeous and pretty. He just Kevin Hart.
Conservative.
And he's just who he is.
Right.
And he's funny. He know how to make
all
commercials.
American.
Right. I like that. I like that. I used to like Jimmy.
Jamie Foxx.
Right, I used to like him too. When he first started out, him and his, when he first started, he had a friend with him.
The Wayne brothers. In Living Color.
Yeah.
The friend.
He was raised. White people was his parents raised him.
Jim Carrey
he didn't make it, but I thought it was funny too. Now, who brought my attention that the girl I was with one time, we used to watch them all the time, and she picked him out, Jimmy Fox, and he went on and made a star.
Oh, he's a multi-hyphenate talent.
Janet Jackson, I saw talent in her before she made it big. She came out with Rhythm Nation.
Yeah.
And when I saw her do Rhythm Nation, ain't nobody, man, she's something else.
Right.
She's on her own. I don't compare her with Michael Jackson.
Now let's talk about political pundits that you look up to, that you enjoy, of the current era. You have Tyrus. You like, he's the son of James Earl Jones.
Right.
You don't really like Harold. Is it Harold Ford or Gerald Ford?
Harold Ford.
You're not a fan of him.
I don't like him because he sucks up on. He's a yes man to.
Yeah.
He's a guy who could like to marry my sister. He's a good guy.
Yeah.
You understand? He don't want to hurt nobody.
Yeah.
That ain't the kind of guy I need for a leader.
Right.
I need somebody who's gonna be a leader. Who's gonna be a leader. You got to make people respect you.
Yeah.
And call a spade a spade.
Right. Step into controversy.
He doesn't. He try to soften everything up, hand it to you gentle.
Right.
That's all I'm saying. He's not my guy. Leo
Terrell.
I didn't like him because he used to be in the civil rights attorney, but he finally got wise because he used to come on all the time, he used to argue all the time.
And then you really like Harris Faulkner. She's good.
Oh yeah.
And then
she's the most. And the one that's not on there, what's her name? She's not with Trump. I don't know what happened. What's
Condoleezza Rice.
Oh, of course I like her, but see, I fought with my people about her in the beginning all the time.
Yeah.
Because she got to be going with Bush and his son.
Right.
And I don't like that.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah.
Give a person what he is. It's like me and Kiwi. I had to be. No, we was married, but not that kind of way.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Yes, sir.
And so, I mean, people don't start speculating. I don't like that.
Right.
You know, and you know, but yeah. And Joy Reid, she. Oh, I can't stand her.
I
didn't see. She's not on last night. What happened to her?
Oh, I'm not sure. Hopefully she's off.
I hope she's off. They shouldn't be on. All she does is divide the country.
Her and
she's a racist.
Her and Sonny Hostin.
They're racist. And
Whoopi Goldberg.
They're racist.
Yeah.
Sonny don't know what the fuck she want to be.
Yeah.
You know? And all they do is divide and tell, you know, I don't like that.
Right. But you could just about tell time by glancing at a TV screen with Fox News channel on, probably at this point, can you?
That's all I watch is Fox News, and I see what sports. I watch that, but I don't listen to, because all it does to get in your head cause you be mad.
Right.
If you listen to them, you will be mad.
Yeah, it's so much bad news to
dwell on. But
how
could a person, a human being, just like I saw where the police officer ran this black guy against the wall with a car.
Yeah.
That's a human being. You wouldn't do an animal that way.
There you go. Yeah.
It ain't about the color of your skin.
Right.
And I know people make you want to get on you, but you got to be cool. You got to be, you in charge of this.
Right.
Walk away.
Yeah.
Do unto others you wish to be done to you.
golden
Everybody who commit a crime should be punished.
Well, on that note, since you just brought it up again, you've brought it up a few times because it's worth repeating, it bears repeating. Let's wrap up for the day today. And would you please, Mr. C, Mr. Canady, would you please leave the folks at home with a piece of wisdom? Wisdom for the folks at home.
It doesn't do any good. They keep doing it all the time. Do unto others. And it's very simple.
The golden rule.
This is the golden rule. Follow the golden rule. It's very simple. Don't just mistreat people because you can. Don't mistreat any living thing. You give a flower some water.
Ha, right.
Am I right or wrong?
You're right. Yeah, I've got a garden. Yes. I water
It's
my
well
flowers.
enough you said, let me get that flower some water. I don't want it to die.
Yes.
That's all I'm
How much more important is a human being?
And so to keep rapping to people like this, that's why, hey, I'm a loner, man. You dig?
Yeah.
I just can't. I don't like hate.
Right.
Yeah. People don't understand. You got to be, hey, it's a cruel world out here.
It is. Well, Mr. C, you're my best friend. I love you.
You're my best friend too, man. I hope it came out. We hadn't done anything in a long time, but I hope
sir.
it comes out fine. One thing I just want you to do something. You can see with the camera, and we make whatever, you know. But
Yes,
everything
sir.
come out, and I want it to be good.
Yes, sir. I love you, Lee.
You know, I love you, man.
Yeah. Well, I think this was nice. Thank you for sitting for so long.
Well, that's all right now. I feel better now, but at first it was cold.
Yeah, it was.
And my bones, you know, but I didn't want to complain. But man, that's where I am, and you're going to know that, man. I don't give a damn what color you are.
Oh, I started with 99% battery. It's 92, and I've been filming with that one
I was
little
going to ask
battery
that.
Right there.
Would that charge my scooter?
Oh, it's 200 watts or 300
I don't
watts.
know nothing about that. I just.
Well, I'd have to know how many watts the scooter is, and then I can tell you.
That's what I'm saying. That's what we talk about. I just wanted. Not that I need it, but I just wanted. I would like to have something just in case I'm out someplace and I'm out and it's overstay my time. I could have that and charge it up.
Yeah.
You know, I saw on the news you can get a pump. With electric, an air pump.
Yeah.
Just put it on. I wouldn't want it, but I want to spend $80 for it right now.
Right.
At my age, you understand? I mean, never use it.
Right.
But if I was on my way up, they got things for you. That's all, man. That's all. Yeah, and I love my scooter, man. I love my scooter. I just wish I could go faster.
You're right. Speaking of wishing, now I want a third camera. That's the next thing I need is a third camera. I got one, just it doesn't work. So you were saying that the last time you saw John Sinclair, because we were just filming right here, the last time you saw John Sinclair was where? Would you point it out?
At the corner up there, those windows. Sit up there talking.
At the corner right here, these windows.
What windows there?
Right there.
Right.
Man,
And
that's amazing. And then here's the church that we were listening to the church bells, and there's the steeple. And inside you'll find all the people. Thank you, Lee.
yeah, Lena, yeah, we all friends, man.